Hello and welcome back to the Change Driven Podcast.
Back to the Change Driven Podcast.
Let's
y'all.
get this started, boy.
It's episode 8. Welcome back. Thank y'all for listening. This is my co-host Colton, and I'm the host Kieran. How you doing, Colton?
Dude, I've been ready for this. I've been wanting to talk to you all week long. I'm just dying to spit all my words into your face.
Let's hear it.
First off, I wanted to start with getting back into some Stark some details on that about why in the world you wanted to buy an electric bike. I kind of cut you off last podcast about all that. We had to end it early due to some technical issues and whatnot. So let's get into it.
So the reason I want to buy a Stark Varg electric dirt bike simply is because it's badass. No,
It's not really that simple.
I don't know, man. I've never ridden an electric bike like that. I've always wondered, like, how, I don't know, the comparison, the weight difference, the elasticity of it, like how long it'll last, how much torture you can really put it through. And I don't know, I'm looking for a new bike. I think it is a really good option. Especially compared to a lot of other bikes that are out right now. Suzuki. The performance is really good. I'm excited to get my hands on one, but I'm not 100% sure on it yet. I think I might go with the Kawasaki, but I don't know. This whole e-bike revolution would be pretty cool, and then having the new Stark Varg be the pinnacle of bikes when it comes out, being on our podcast, our YouTube channel, our Instagram. I feel like it'd be good promotion, and it'd be cool to be one of the top few first people to get your hands on one. You really put it out there, test it.
Did you ever watch the video that
kind of
Vital
show
made
and tell the people
about it?
Yeah, I did.
Did you? So one of the things that I was curious if you knew that was about, like, how it goes off jumps and stuff, how it's so different from a motocross bike and from a gas bike is what I'm trying to say. That, like, when you're hauling ass, going over jumps and stuff, and you go to, like, rev it in the air, right? You're expecting to hit a rev limiter on a gas bike, but on that bike, you're, like, rolling all the way through the wheel spin, and you could end up doing a backflip if you're holding it on for that whole. You could be landed on your head and stuff. You ever think about that?
Yeah, I have thought about it. I heard Josh Hill talking about his experiences with it on the Gypsy Tales podcast, and he said it's kind of sketchy, but it's just a learning curve. You got to just remember, because it's not like riding any other bike they've ever ridden before. So it's taking that, you got to take that out of your mindset of, like, oh, it's fine if I hold on the throttle, I'm just going to hit rev limiter, and it's slowly going to pick the bike up, It's like an RC car. If you hold down that throttle, it's going to start flipping. So I'm not 100% sure how it'll work in practice, but I think I don't think it'd be too bad once you get on it. I think you'll remember, like, hey, I don't have a rev limiter. And then, I don't know. I feel like it could be dangerous, possibly, but I don't see myself.
I think
going
you could
up
probably
there
get used to it pretty fast. It's almost like riding like a non-clutch bike, right? To where,
yeah,
I mean, I don't think it'd be that hard. It's not like we're pro or anything.
Yeah.
We're just sitting on rev limiter before we hit the landing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting concept. I wonder if you could, because the Stark is so tunable, it's so adjustable. I wonder if they'll ever come out with a set rev limiter for these tunes. I don't know how you could implement it in an electric bike, but if they could, it would make it more more like gas bikes.
It'd probably be the same.
Feel more
probably just throw a sensor on like the ring gear, the counter sprocket, and it's all about speed, right? It's just how about that wheel speed. So you take the wheel speed from like first, second, third, and fourth gear of a YZ 250 or 450F, and you incorporate that into a computer, into the Stark Varg, and you're like, well, this is the counter sprocket speed of the first gear of a YZ 450F, and as long as it doesn't go over that speed of first gear when you're in that like speed range, like if you are taking off of a jump at this speed, you know, it can. I'm sure they can find a way to make it so it'll resemble those gears, and then that way it couldn't spin faster than a certain amount of RPM, you know. But correct. I don't know. It kind of sounds difficult after I'm explaining it, but
well, the only thing about that is the Stark doesn't have. At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't have gears.
No, it doesn't. Not
shift. It's right. Not shiftable. So at that point, you're like, well, if you're on a 450, you're in third. You hit rev limiter going off a jump, right? Well, if you go on the Stark's just going to think you're on ground, you know, unless it had some geometrical sensor in there to be able to tell how high it was off the ground to where it could be able to kick in a rev limiter. But I don't know. I don't know if it's really possible, but I think the best option is if you need to pick the front end up, you give it some gas. If you need to drop the front end, give it a little bit of brake. I don't think it'd be far off from a regular bike, but there is that sketchiness factor if you just give it too much throttle that it may just throw you off the back end.
Yeah, I could totally see that. So so originally you were thinking of a KX 250 FX or whatever it's called?
F.
Or did you want the F? Yeah. Just a race bike?
I was going to get the race bike, then maybe next year get a KTM 300.
Okay, so, well, that's a good comparison. So what, right now, the 2022 KTM 300 price point versus the Stark Varg price point? Do you have that up?
Stark Varg sits
and say
at
you have pretty 12, much all the stuff you get from like when you get a 300, which is, you know, you get quite a bit of stuff.
Let's see. Stark comes out at $13,900 with like the few add-ons that you can get. That's what the bigger.
It's a lot of money.
The Alpha 80 horsepower. It's with the 19-inch rear wheel and suspension setup, upgraded rear brakes or foot brake, and then different body color. It comes out to $13,900. Yeah, and you're talking about KTM. That's pretty much a brand new KTM with a bunch of factory crap on it.
Yeah. So I was gonna get the 2022 KTM 350 XCF, excuse me, and it was gonna be the Caleb Russell edition. No, it was gonna be one of the GNCC guys edition. I forget what his name was. Pretty sure it's Caleb Russell, but anyway, it was gonna be that edition KTM 350 XCF, and it had the FMF exhaust, all the good stuff, like the Ford stuff, factory. It was all factory stuff. It was bigger tank, you know, different clamps, suspension setup, all the good stuff, you know. And that came out to $13,500. So I mean, pretty similar price points. But to me, the KTM is proven in those departments. So far, the Stark is not proven in those and that is a moto bike. It's not an off-road bike with all these added features. That is purely moto bike right now. 19-inch rear, normal, probably battery life for a moto, not for off-road and stuff like that. So for it to be that price point, I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, I see a lot of people ordering it just because it's what it is. It's pretty popular already just from people talking about it. But for an unproven bike, I can't see myself even getting close to it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of the chance people take with a new company like this. I mean, you kind of saw it with Alpha. A lot of people took a chance with Alpha, and they were good bikes, but Alpha just ended up falling under. Alta, sorry. And I mean, the Altos were good. A lot of people held on to them. They just didn't have the support, I think, that Stark Varg has. But they were good bikes. But yet, it's the only second electric dirt bike ever produced of a full size dirt bike. So they are kind of stepping into this, being the pioneers of it. And it'll be kind of interesting to see is if they do sell good and they are good bikes, then we'd like to see Stark come out with maybe a trail edition or a more off-road set bike. Because the Stark Varg cool. As of right now it's very track ready. I probably wouldn't take it out in the woods. I'd try it in the woods, but I don't know how it would do, especially when you're out there in the rain and stuff, especially up in Washington State when you're sinking it in puddles and whatnot, all the way up to damn near the bars. So I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see. It'd be kind of cool to be a pioneer, but also that price point to be a pioneer of a new generation of electric dirt bikes is a little bit heavy. But I'm also very, very interested. So we'll see.
I talk all this shit about it, but as soon as Triumph releases their Moto bike, I'm going to be so hyped about it. I think that I can see myself someday getting an American dirt bike just because Triumph and Ricky Carmichael tested it and Kevin Windham and they've done all this stuff to it, and that it's an American made motocross bike. I'm pretty stoked about that, and I'm honestly like can totally see myself getting one in the future. But you know, everybody in this generation has they're skeptical about electric bikes just because everybody sees electric as super boring and everything, even though we all know that if we ever hopped on an electric bicycle or anything like that, we just have a blast. So it's fun and everything. Even though I think that about electric bikes, they're fun, it would be really cool to have around everything. I deeply do not want it replacing professional motocross. That would really bust my balls.
I don't see it anywhere in the near future, or maybe even ever, coming into
maybe
Supercross.
If there was a class, I would be okay with it.
Yeah,
but totally taking out 250s, 450s gas bikes, that VP smell, that tuning, the technicality and everything, it'd be boring.
It would. I think the stress alone just on the riders, and you know, not being able to hear their bike whatsoever, and they just hear people fucking yelling at them the entire time. I mean,
that's one thing that
nobody wants to just go. Nobody wants to just go to a stadium where it's fucking quiet and just yell at a bunch of dudes all day.
Yeah, you're literally in the stands listening to Eli Tomac yell at Sexton, like, "Get the hell out of the way, bitch!"
It'd be so funny. It'd be cool. It'd be a cool like additional class to add on. I wish Supercross would add on some other classes, like a 125 class. I feel like something like that. They
brought back two strokes, dude.
Yeah, I think that would be. I'd rather see that than an electric dirt bike class, but it probably ain't gonna happen.
Nah,
so
I don't see it. I don't see it that way at all. It'd be cool. It's not worth their money. That's why I really like a lot of these outdoor races. Like, I haven't really seen it much this year, which is kind of disappointing. But like all these outdoor races that happen every week, usually like in between, they have like a 125 Dream race, and Ryan Villapoto was doing them a lot last year. But that would be so cool to go. I'm going to Washougal this weekend. Super excited. I haven't been in a long time, and it would be so cool to listen to 125s rip up Horsepower Hill. That would just make my day. It would make my year,
just
dude.
Blowing up bikes.
All the way up Horsepower Hill. Just sounds so sick. I would die for that, dude. I want to see it. I want it. I really would love to go to Top Gun, because Top Gun is pretty much that. It's just all amateur stuff. And it's just all kids on 85s, 125s, super minis, 250s, 450s, whatever. They're just ripping around, and that would be really cool to go to, but I don't have time for that. Anyway. What else you got on the Stark, man? You thinking about buying it? Did Josh Hill convince you, bro?
Josh Hill convinced me pretty well. He's a really good salesman, even though he don't work for fucking Starkvar.
Yeah. But, well, he's just an electric bike enthusiast, which is crazy because he loves his motorized bikes, that's for sure. But
oh yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we'll see when the time comes. Estimated deliveries for September 2023, so I definitely got some time to think about it and gather some money up. Who knows? Maybe I'll buy a KX, and then maybe I'll buy this maybe next year, 2023. We will see what happens with all that, but that's the kind of deal for right now.
Yeah. Those are two expensive bikes to buy in 2 years. I'm still trying to figure out how to buy a 250, dude. Went to Pacific Raceways last week. Got some issues with my old 350. So my starter won't work, as I was explaining in the last podcast. And so I took my my brother's bike this week, his MC 250F, I think. Yeah, gas names. There's MC 250F. Pretty sure. I could be totally wrong. But anyway, that bike is fucking fun, dude. That was such a fun Friday night.
Yeah.
Dude. I never had so much fun racing at Pacific Raceways, man. That bike, that steel chassis, that bark as hell gas 250, that thing freaking barks, dude. I love that thing, and it rips, dude. I was hitting jumps on my 350 that I was like trying to make over on my 350 just because the gearing is so different, because it's an outdoor bike. It's a freaking desert bike. I was hitting jumps on this MC 250, and I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm hitting everything way better than my 350. This thing's awesome. Throughout the night, I raced the 250D and the 450D class on a 250, and in the 250D class first moto, I was in like a second place start into the first corner, and some kid on a 125 cut in front of me and took out my front wheel. I went down in the first corner, and dead last out of 27, and in 4 laps I made my way up to 8th place, which is pretty cool. Passed a lot of fucking people.
That's good.
And so second 250D moto, I lined up on the very outside gate all the way right, and we took off, and I hit the outside of the whole berm all the way around the top of the first turn, and I came out in second place out of everybody that was going inside. And I ripped it, and I stayed in second the whole moto. So I went 8-2, right behind first place the whole time. I was working so hard to try to get him, but it wasn't working out that well. 8-2 for third overall. And 450D class, I got a second place start in the first moto. Ended up passing first place on the second lap in the double section, and then held the lead all the way. Got a first place in a 450D class, Moto 1. Moto 2, I got a. What place did I get in the start? I think I got the whole shot in Moto 2, and then I held it all the way. So that was really cool. I went 1-1 in the 450D class for first overall, and I got to give it all credit to that MC250, dude. That thing blew my mind. I was hooking up in corners. I was doing everything that I wasn't able to do on my 350, and it made it so much easier to ride. It blew me away, dude. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive that little 250 can haul your fat ass around that track like that.
I know. Over the triple too, dude.
That's pretty
hovering
good.
It out.
Damn.
I know. I was wondering too, because there's a gnarly step up there that, like, I'm giving it all and making it to the top. That thing brought my fat ass up and overed it, dude. I was like, when there's a little single before this big ass step up, and you like slide the single a little bit, and then just seat bounce the fuck out of the step up, and it just all the way over it. It was awesome, dude. It was so much fun.
So you're gonna pick up an MC instead of a YZ?
Nope. Get into YZ.
No,
no, I can't do it. I'm going YZ, dude. That thing barks just as much. It is the 250 out there. I'm going Yamaha 110%, but now I just really want a 250. That MC 250 is cool and all, but I know that bike isn't the best out there just from, all this research and everything. Even though, yes, it's a race bike, and that's why I want a race bike. So I'm not saying it's the gas 250. I'm just saying a 250 race bike in general, I would really love to get right now. So I'm excited about that. I was really stoked on that. So I got 2 weeks until the next Friday night race at Pacific Raceways, and I got to figure out how to get me a 250. Because I can't keep borrowing my brother's, because he's going to want to come race it and be like, oh, you went 1-1 in the 450D class? I'm going to go race my bike. And
yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, that's good, man.
Next day.
You want to say something else? You want to say something else?
Yeah, I was going to say went to Hannigan Speedway in Bellingham on Sunday, and that was a really fun time. We me and Elijah raced team race in the long course again. We ended up getting 5th. Pretty bad considering, it was actually really good considering who we were facing. For some reason, 6 AA riders decided to come down and race team with all of us. So that was really fun. Just the pro class is AA in this hair scramble thing we do. And there was Tommy Hansen and Tyler, forget his last name now. Anyway,
the creator.
Yeah, Tyler the creator. 2 really good AA guys that were both out for injuries this whole season so far. They just came back, decided to race team race. They absolutely destroyed all of us. Zach Burrell and Jabe Carbaugh ended up getting 2nd place. They teamed it. They are both fast as hell dudes and ruined everybody. 3rd place was a couple kids that has come to this one race every year, Hannigan. They haven't showed up at any other ones, but they always come to this one. They team it and they ruin everybody, and it makes no sense. They're both like 16 years old, and they go race AMA and stuff, and it's like, all right, whatever, kids. Just, totally ruined us. And then 4th place, we thought we beat, and we should have challenged it because my brother, he did the last lap, and he knew that he was ahead of him when he came in, and they say that he wasn't. So I guess we should have stayed and challenged it, but we had to leave. So we're not in that big of a fuss about it, because we're in 2nd in points for team race, and 1st in points wasn't even on the results, so they weren't there. So that was nice to see that maybe we have a little advantage over that situation. But one of the coolest things that is going on that was going on there was Ricky Russell showed up on his factory gas MC 450, totally pimped out for off-road, and he ruined everybody, dude. He lapped me and my brother probably 4 times. He probably did 12 laps in the long course when we did like 8, and it's a 2-hour plus a lap race. And he blew by me in the woods, in a tight single-track woods. He blew by me in the trees. I looked to the right of me, and he was going through the trees and hit this corner in front of me like I was standing still. He made his own lines throughout the woods just to try to pass people that were just going slower than shit. And it blew my mind. He always blows my mind. He used to do that when we went to the Desert 100. He's won 2 of them. And he blew by everybody at the Desert 100 like they were just sitting still, dude. He is an amazing man on a dirt bike. I would really love to start getting more into GNCCs and watching them and everything, because Ricky Russell's from here. He's a badass. He's everything a fan would want in a guy. He was sticking around. He was hanging out with everybody, talking to people. He was just a really cool dude, being a factory gas guy. He got a 1st and 2 seconds in this season's GNCC races. He's one of the fastest off-road guys in the world right now. And so it was really cool to see him out there absolutely destroying everybody. Leighton Smale got 2nd, and some kid that was going to go to 6 days, he said, got 3rd. I don't know who he was. Can't remember what his name was, but Leighton Smale is definitely going to win that AA championship. Leighton also mentioned that he's going to race Washougal and then the last 3 motocross races for the rest of the season, which is super cool. He's going to race the 450 class. He did this last year too, and he ended up getting like 18th in the 450 class at Washougal, which is insane because he's just a kid from Washington that just was like, I'm just going to go up and try it out. Goes up and gets a top 20. That's points in the 450 class. That's crazy. That's really, really good. So props to him. I wish him luck this last 4 races, that he does good, stays safe, and kicks some ass. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get into some World of Motocross trivia.
First segment this podcast has ever had, baby.
Damn.
Trivia segment.
We're drinking too. We're doing a drinking game.
Drinking game. We need.
What are you drinking on, man?
We need like a segment drop, like a drinking time.
It's drinking time. Like yeah.
All right, you go first. This one's super.
All right. A motocross track consists of several jumps, obstacles. I can't fucking talk already. The mogul-like section of the track consisting of 10 or more tiny jumps in a row is called what, Colton?
Oh my god. Is it washboard?
No, it's whoops.
It's whoops.
All right. Anyway. Yeah, that one's too easy.
That's way easy.
That one. These are probably all easy. During riding,
let's do every other one.
Debris thrown in the air.
I want to read.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Number 2. During riding, dirt or debris thrown in the air from the force of a spinning rear tire is called what?
Roost.
You betcha it is. I think it's roost. What is it?
Let's say the answer is roost.
Wow, what do you know?
All right.
Oh, I deal with this a lot.
Number 3. Arm pump while riding is often caused by what? Lack of calcium in the diet, riding too soon after eating, incorrect landing of the double jump, riders gripping the handlebars too tightly.
I choose C. Riders gripping the handlebars too tightly. What do you choose?
That would be D, sir.
A, B, C. What are you talking about?
There's 4.
Is yours last?
There's 4 there.
Mine's the third one.
Oh.
I was wondering why you read it backwards, but anyway, okay.
Yeah,
I choose riders gripping the handlebars too tightly. What do you choose?
That is correct.
Okay, fine.
I picked that one too.
Number 4. Motocross races start when riders line up at a starting gate and all gates drop at once. The racer that earns the whole shot was first to do what? This is super easy too. Completely
reach the first corner.
There it is. That is correct, I'm assuming.
That is correct.
Oh, what do you know? We're never going to drink.
I know. What the fuck? You need a harder one.
I didn't really look through
came up with these questions. Next time we'll come up with our own questions to ask each other. Motocross racers are known. Yeah, motocross racers are known for wearing bright colors and designs. What brand of motorcycle is known by its green color?
Suzuki. It's Suzuki.
Are you saying Suzuki?
It's Suzuki.
I think
Kawi, baby.
Kawasaki. Yeah, that one's easy as hell. Yeah. All right. On the next one, we're gonna come up with the questions to ask.
Yeah. Oh, it gets harder. Look at this. Which national rider, once known as the king of Supercross, is credited with inventing the trick called the knack-knack? Do you know this one?
Fuck. McGrath.
Yep, it's McGrath.
Or Carmichael. I'm going with McGrath.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's McGrath.
Number 7. Which early national motocross rider had the nickname Hurricane?
I know this one. Do you know this one?
I'm going Jeff Ward. That's the only name I know out of any of those names.
It's Bob Hanna. Bob the Hurricane Hanna, baby.
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
My dad used to watch him when my dad was young.
Let's take a sip of this.
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a handle of Crown Apple.
Oh, man. Right to it.
Shot.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, that's some good stuff.
I got some Willowcott, 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey with some Coke. So let's get this. All right, next. Let's of the following list of riders, which was the first to win a national championship? This one I am not completely sure of. I'm going to go with Mike LaRocco because LaRocco's leap.
Yeah, I'm going with LaRocco too.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's probably Jeff Ward.
Is Jeff Ward?
Damn it! All right, here we go.
Fuck. Why'd I take the cap off? All right, number 9. Which outdoor motocross class was discontinued in the 1990s? MX Light, 250cc, 500cc, 125cc.
I'm going with
500cc.
Yeah.
Let's see. It is 500cc.
Let's go. I knew the 125 class went longer than that. I was like, there's no way. Because I remember watching James Stewart ripping a 125 well into the 2000s. So
probably 2004, 2006.
Yeah, somewhere in there. The tire pattern on a motocross bikes is affectionately known as what? Knobbies, treadies, muddies, and race lights. Muddies.
Treadies. Race slicks.
Yeah, it's knobbies for sure. Watch it be treadies. What's the answer?
Is treadies. No.
Oh my god.
It'd be knobbies.
Oh, the answers are all.
And that's the end of it. Yeah,
I didn't even know
that's the end of it.
Oh, there's more quizzes right here. Okay, Supercross.
Oh, is there more quizzes?
Go to the very bottom and go to Supercross. It's the very, very bottom of the page. You can go all the way to the bottom. That says related quizzes. Go to Supercross.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe we should. Well, we'll do like 2 or 3 and save some other ones for other podcasts. But
yeah.
Number 1. Was it me or you the last to read?
I don't know. I'll go.
Okay.
Which of these riders won a Supercross race in both the 250 class and the 125 class in the same season? Jeremy McGrath, Ezra Lusk, Ricky Carmichael, Kevin Windham.
I think it was Jeremy.
Fuck. It might be Carmichael. Yeah, let's go McGrath too.
Well, you can't pick the same one.
The answer is Kevin Windham.
Oh,
yeah, I guess you're right.
Kevin Windham was a badass, dude. Kevin Windham was a badass.
That's a drink, sir.
I
can feel the booze kicking in. I haven't eaten all day.
That's not good. Why did we decide to do this?
It's good. It'll put me to bed faster.
Which rider was the only rider other than Jeremy McGrath to win 250 Supercross event in the 1996 season?
I don't know any of these names.
I think it was Jeff Emig. I think Jeff Emig was really the only one to
I'm going
racing Jeremy. Bobby Hanna's old.
I'm going Greg Alberton. I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to go with him. Jeff Emig. The answer is
yes. Let's go. That's another drink for you.
I'm basically chugging this stuff by now.
Dude, you need to drink something else with that, dude. You're gonna get smashed.
I'm drinking some Coke on the side. Okay. Which former 125 Supercross race winner is now a big name in the Moto X freestyle world and leader of the Metal Militia?
Easy.
Casey Johnson, Travis Pastrana, Brian Deegan, Nathan Ramsey.
Brian Deegan.
I don't know any of these names. I'm going Brian Deegan.
You don't know any of the names? You're kidding? I don't believe you.
No, I'm fucking retarded when it comes to dirt bike
You had me there until I saw Travis. Then I was like, "You're a freaking liar."
Well, I know Travis Pastrana. I don't know Casey Johnson or Nathan Ramsey.
I don't know them either. I've heard of Casey Johnson, but I don't know.
Yeah. Damn, dude, you haven't drank in like a while.
Me? I just drank on the last one.
Yeah, it's been a while.
On the first one, number one. Shut up. Who are two riders that won the 125 East and West titles for the 2000 season? Shoot, that was a long time ago.
Shea Bentley, Travis Pastrana, Shea Bentley, Stefani Roncada, and Nathan Ramsey, Travis Pastrana.
Dude, Roncada was a freaking legend.
I don't even know.
Travis and Pastrana. I'm gonna have to go.
It's not Travi Patty. I already know that.
It's not. You sure?
Did he ever race 125?
Yeah,
I mean, he did.
Like the only thing he
did. And he didn't race anything else. Days.
Yeah, he raced 125 Supercross. That was the only thing he did. He won a title. I just don't know what year he won the title. I forget.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go Travi Patty and Carmichael.
I'm going to go Roncada and Nathan.
All right. And the answer is Shea Bentley and Stefan Ricotta.
Ah! Damn it. So close.
Drink, bitch. Number 5. How many races did Ezra Lusk win in 2000 Supercross season?
2.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go 4.
2.
Wait. I'm gonna go with 1. 1. Yeah, we're going with 1.
Yeah, you were gonna be right. Watch.
Fuck! It's none.
Ow! Damn it! I don't even know who that is. So
all right. Yeah, me either.
Can be a fun night. As of December 2000, how many 250 Supercross championships has Jeremy McGrath won? As of this 2000? No,
2000? No.
4.
I'm going to go 4 too. 7.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That is so much. That is insane.
That is a lot. By 2000?
Yeah.
I mean, Supercross started what, in the 90s?
No, it started a long time ago. It started in the 70s, I think.
Maybe 60s. That goes to show how much I know about motorcycles.
Has Larry Ward ever won a 250 motocross race? Supercross race? No.
I'm going to go yes.
Just kidding. Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. No, it's too late. You already said no. You got to drink. Sorry.
It was a joke. I know who Larry Ward is.
All right. Okay. Who was Jeremy McGrath's closest championship rival for the 2000 Supercross season?
Kev Dog.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kevin Windham.
K-Dub. He's definitely K-Dub.
David.
It's David Villeman.
I don't know his last name.
Dude, literally David Villeman was just on the Pulp MX show yesterday night. That guy's a legend too.
Somebody wasn't listening.
He's always on the Pulp MX show. It's not like he's talking about his past or anything, so I didn't know this, but
yeah,
he's always on just saying stupid shit. Anyway, 9. Which rider was a former Supercross champion and now races cars in the IRL series? That would be
Larry Ward, Damon Bradshaw, Rick Johnson, Jeff Ward. I'm going Jeff Ward.
Dude, Rick Johnson just sounds like a freaking stud. My name's Rick Johnson.
Jeff Ward sounds like a dad.
My name's Rick Johnson.
Jeff Ward, bitch.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, number 10, last one. Let's hear it.
That was the last of that bottle. Is it my turn? Oh, it's your turn.
Yeah. No, it's your turn.
No, I just read the Supercross 10 race cars in the IRL series.
Which former Supercross champ converted his talents over to GP motorcycle road racing? Kevin Schwartz, Jeff Ward, Donnie Schmidt, Gene Michael Bale.
Johnny Schmidt.
I'm going Kevin Schwartz. Or Schwantz. I can't fucking speak.
Donnie Schmidt.
That'd be Gene Michael Bale.
Oh, you're both wrong. I knew Jeff Ward didn't. Oh my god, we had a
let's take one
25% chance. Don't worry, I got some shot. Crown and Sprite.
Baby, I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. for work.
Me too. It is currently 9:25, so we're doing great.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby. I probably won't even wake up.
All right, buddy.
All right, everybody.
For the next podcast, we'll save some. We'll give you some tips. Maybe a long time ago. Maybe. Motorcycle road race? No. Life Valentina.
We'll come up with some questions to ask each other. How about that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
We'll come up with some trivia to ask each other.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Just about anything. Anyway, I got some stuff we can talk about really quick for the end here. Just for whoever wants to hear some news on some Supercross, Motocross, MXDN, World Supercross stuff. First off, 2 new teams were announced for World Supercross. First was Honda Genuine, which is it's HRC Honda for Australia. So it's just a Honda factory for Australia, pretty much. It's like Honda America, Honda Australia, whatever. And the other team is Muck-Off Honda FXR, or Muck-Off FXR Club MX team, which is Honda. No, it's Yamaha because it's Club MX. So it's Muck-Off, FXR, Club Honda. Or, Jesus, Club Yamaha. Yummy. And then, so those are two more teams added in. Probably, Roxanne's probably going to be racing for Honda Genuine, which is pretty cool. It's going to stay with HRC somewhat. For some Motocross D Nations talk, Jet Lawrence is mentioning, kind of talking about maybe riding a 450. Probably not, since Tomac and Sexton are just kicking everybody's asses. In 450s, I see Jet Lawrence being a really, really good pick for the 250 class, even though he is going to be racing for Australia. So I take back everything I say. He will probably be racing for 450 for Australia. So, which I think is fine. I think Tomac and Sexton can handle him on a 450. It won't be a problem. Eli Tomac, when he was asked if he wanted to do another outdoors, he said probably last one unless things change, which I don't know what can change for him to want to race another pro motocross. He's amazing. He is a supercross champion, about to be a motocross champion if he can keep absolutely sitting on train tracks and hauling freaking ass where everybody can't. If you guys didn't watch Millville or Spring Creek or Redbud or any of these, you guys are missing out. He is absolutely on rails, and it is mind-blowing to watch him ride. He is doing things that I've never seen a human do on a dirt bike before, and he should be known as the fastest man in the world by now. I mean, my own personal opinion, no one can really beat James Stewart in his prime, but still, he's really, really freaking close, if not better. When Dunge was asked if he was coming back next year, he said there's a chance that he could be coming back for Supercross too. It is literally Red Bull KTM's decision. They told the media that it's Ryan Dungey's decision. It literally depends on if he wants to or not. So it'd be pretty cool to see him back if he wanted to. If not, fine with that too. I don't really care. He's just kind of taking up a spot in the top 10 for those other guys coming up, for me to be completely honest. Wasn't ever really a huge fan of Dunge, but he's a super cool guy. Never had an issue with him. Just always liked Ryan Villopoto more. Chase Sexton possibly dropping down to 250s for MXDN, which is also another huge possibility if they wanted, say, Roxon and someone else, or Anderson or Barsha or Anderson, or I already said Anderson, didn't I? And
yeah,
for any of those guys to keep in the 450 class to race with Tomac would be cool. But if the United States really wanted a chance, and if they were smart, they would keep Roxon or Sexton and Tomac on 450s and change, like Barsha. Barsha would be really good on a 250. I don't know who else would be really good. I mean, Anderson might be, maybe Styles or Faulkner, or I don't know. 250 is kind of hard in that situation because all of the best 250 riders right now are Australian or Japanese. And then for 450s, it's kind of hard to choose who would drop down because no one's really doing as good as Eli and Sexton right now. Eli and Sexton are just absolutely battling each other all the way to the point where they're 40 seconds ahead of the whole pack, and they're still neck and neck just trying to beat each other, which is absolutely mind-blowing to watch. But that'll wrap us up for today's podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening to us mumble jumble around and talk over each other and absolutely bosh this podcast. So, Kieran, you got anything to say after?
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you all for listening to podcast number 8. It's been fun. I'm your host, Kieran. It's my co-host, Colton. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts now at Chain Driven or Chain Driven Pod. We hope to see y'all in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.